Hey, I am Angela with Angie.Knows.Loans. You guys are getting familiar with me now, right? So, I really just wanted to kind of check in. It's the end of the year. This is the time where we're all reflecting on how 2019 treated us, whether it was good, whether it was bad, whether we had highs and lows, like we're just reflecting. What can we've done better? What can we do for 2020? What can we not do? What should we not do, right? And, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I said, like I said a prayer, I'm like, Lord, give me the right words to say because I want to share my story, right? And for those of you that aren't believers, I just pray that you get something from this message anyways, because there are a lot of friends that I have that are non-believers, and they, can still receive a message, even though there's a spiritual base behind it, right? Because I know they may not believe in the same God I believe in, or maybe they don't believe in one at all, and so I don't want you to get deterred by the fact that I said, like I prayed, but I'm going to tell you my story. I hope that it blesses you. I hope that something in you moves, and you're able to gain something from it, right? So anyway, here we go, back to the story. So December of 2018, I turned in my 2 weeks notice to my full-time job. I've been doing this for now 3 years, but before that it was 2 years. I was doing loans, but I had a full-time job. I wasn't doing it full-time. I am your sure-footed person. I like to know where my next check is coming from. I like to know that every 2 weeks I'm getting paid, right? And so I never thought that I would ever be in a job that wouldn't have that guarantee, because I like to think I take pretty good care of my credit and that sort of thing. And so that's kind of where I was at. So, let me backtrack a little bit. Back in June of 2018, I started kind of feeling the prompting that it was time, right? I felt like this was time to make a move. And I'll say that things started to get uncomfortable. And, sometimes situations will get uncomfortable to move you. I'm a very complacent person. I like when things are smooth. I'm not going to rock the boat. I'm not going to go to buy a new car when my car works fine. So things were cool. And then it started to get shaky. And I started to wonder if this is where I'm supposed to be. So, I prayed about it. And I was like, do I go do mortgages and loans full time? Or do I go and seek something else in the financial field that aligns with my master's, right? And so I prayed on it, and I felt like God was like, hey, it's time for you to go and do this job full time. And I'm like, wait, are you sure? I don't think you're sure. Let me pray on it for 30 days and make sure that you're sure that I'm supposed to make this a jump. Right? And it's like, what? No, he knows what he's doing, but I still took the time. And I knew that that's what he was telling me to do. So I started making preparations, and started trying to pay down my debt a lot quicker so I didn't have a lot of bills just in case it was a slow ramp up period. I just wanted to make sure, right? So in December, I turned in my 2 weeks notice, and I was nervous. I was nervous because this is something new, and not new as in career field, but new as in not having a steady check every 2 weeks, right? You make money when you're getting a house that's sold. There is no salary, so it's like, it makes me nervous, So I turned in my 2 weeks notice, and, I'm feeling peaceful in it. I'm like, okay, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to do. And I'm confident, and I'm going, I'm telling everybody this is what I'm doing. And they would look at me like, what? You're quitting your job to go to a job that pays you commission only? What? And I was like, oh my gosh, I can see the fear in their eyes. And then they would try to be like, oh, well, good luck. I'm sure you'll do great. They tried, but you could see the fear in their eyes for me because they cared about me. They wanted to make sure that I was making the right decision, but they also didn't want to deter me from what I decided I wanted to do, right? And so I remember a lady who worked at the job, she came over to me and she was like, hey, you're going to see, don't let other people's fears deter you from what you know you're supposed to do. And I was like, man, that's so powerful and that's so right. And it was perfectly timed. And so, anyway, I kept on and turned to my tweet notes. I'm like, here we go. Let's go. Let's do this. And through this journey, there have been moments where I was like, hey, this is what you said we're going to do, right? And I am grateful for everything that he has brought my way, every door that's opened, every person that I have met. Like God has held on. He has honored his promises. This year exceeded my expectations. And like I look back and I'm like, you were scared for nothing, but there's something where you walk in faith and you know what God has told you, and there's a peace there. And even though, like we're human and we have those moments where we're like, are you sure you're sure? Like you trust in that. And I went full-fledged and I was like, look, this is what we're doing. And, he just started opening doors, showing me people, showing me, clients and giving me partnerships. And it's just, I'm truly blessed. I'm truly honored to be able to help people, get into a home. I'm grateful for the people that I have met, the opportunities that have been presented to me, and I am looking forward to what 2020 has in store, and I know it's going to exceed my expectations, and I'm happy, and I don't regret the decision that I made at all, So I say all that to say is that sometimes we can feel a prompting. We can feel that we're supposed to go do something, but there's fear that prevents us from doing that. Whether the fear is to jump ship like I did, right? Whether it's a fear to walk into the unknown of a different type of job completely. Maybe it's a fear of putting yourself aside and going and telling somebody that you have feelings for them. Like there's all these different types of fears that prevent us from living our best life, right? And if you've been feeling a prompting, you've been feeling something nudging you, I pray that this story gives you courage. I pray that it gives you courage to be able to see that, there is more in store. And once we get past, our fear, that it unlocks a whole world of opportunity. And I'm excited. I actually bought the shirt that I have on. It says, faith got me living risky. I took a shirt in it at the beginning of the year. I took a picture in it at the beginning of the year. But faith got me living risky. And I bought that intentionally because I was like, this is my year of faith. I'm walking out in it. And it seems risky to everybody. But because I have that faith, it's time to go, And so I just, wanted to share my story. And this is only like a glimpse of it, guys. Like there's so much more to tell. Like there's so much more. It is crazy. And I'll elaborate and I'm going to tell you about it. And if you want to hit me up on a one-off and just get all the details, do that. I am open, but I just wanted to share my story. I hope that you have a great new year. And, let's go. Let's get it. Happy New Year from Angie.Knows.Loans. And I'll see you in 2020. Bye.